You're on. You're on.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the day. I promise you. Um, this has been a crazy day, but welcome to night 6 of Lessons from the Journey. I am your host, Sean L. Brown, and let me just breathe. Today has been really crazy. I always say the tagline for this show is master the game of life and experience the life of a champion. Champions endure trials and champions endure challenges. And I promise you, every person on this panel in the classroom tonight is truly a champion. So I imagine that is why we have had the challenges that we've had getting here tonight. But let me just start by introducing my starting five, which is pretty much like four because somebody's not here. But let me just introduce. I've got Jaquila Hayden. She is
That's
a
that's the
phenomenal
new sizzle.
young lady, phenomenal young woman, and an amazing
That's the new
entrepreneur
sizzle.
who specializes in credit and credit repair. I cannot wait to talk to her. So I'm talking to her. I can't wait to talk to her tonight about her journey to and through the marketplace. We've got Michelle Schaefer. She is the CEO of Girl Power Alliance, and I am thrilled to have her in the room tonight. I've got Jay. It says Jamel, but I call her Jay. She is a phenomenal entrepreneur, CEO of Boss Mom Enterprise. She also has another business, and she's got a child, and she's like slash. She does it all. So we're going to talk to her tonight. And we've got my sister from another Mister and an incredible hair designer, owner of Casa de Sisi, and the founder of Navi Hair Extensions, Miss Lena Bam. So tonight, you want to get your pen, you want to get your journals, because tonight we are taking you to school. It's time to learn the ins and outs, the tips and tricks on how to be a great entrepreneur. So let me talk to you a little bit about the week. Yesterday was my birthday. I am officially 52 years old. What? 52 years old. But what's so amazing about this journey to 52 is about 4 years ago, 5 years, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, a doctor told me, you, if you don't change your lifestyle, take better care of yourself, you're not going to survive past 52. And I took that to heart. It scared me. Those of you that know me and know my story know that I've survived 3 brain injuries, surgeries. We thought I was going to die then. I've survived 2 forms of cancer. We thought I was going to die then, but I'm still here. And to get to 52, when, if I can be very transparent with you, I didn't think I would make it. And so last night I experienced something that I was confused about. I felt a depression and a fear. And I realized I was fearful because I never thought I'd make it here. I thought I was racing to a certain point, but I never thought I would see 52. So today I just want to celebrate that God is good and He is real and He does save lives and He does heal completely. So thank you to everyone who has taken this journey with me, who has supported me and prayed for me. I just want to thank you tonight and thank you for every birthday wish and well wish. It was a phenomenal birthday. My husband gave me a surprise party. My kids were there. It was just been an amazing weekend. So, you know, I got to talk to Becca. I always have a co host and I always have a two. You guys know it's important to me to give back to the generation coming behind. I think it's vital that we train and teach them. So, Becca, I want to say hi to you tonight, Blue Hair.
Hello.
Are you excited about this panel tonight?
Yes, so excited.
Oh, I know you are because you are killing the game. Becca is, first of all, she's my child, but in my child, I'm coaching Becca through my system. She has completed her first 52 leg of the journey. And Becca, I want to ask you, I'm going to go through. Can you tell me what the first 52 days has been like for you and where are you today?
Um, well, I feel like I've gained a lot. oh my gosh, I can't talk. I've gained a lot more clarity about myself and have come up with my life mission and what the kind of a roadmap of what that looks like. And I don't know, I just feel a lot more free.
Can I ask you this question? Because this is Mission in the
Yeah.
Marketplace, and I'm going to have to ask all these ladies. What is your mission statement?
Well, hold on, I gotta find it.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oops.
Mission in the Marketplace, and my trainee. I gotta hear your mission statement.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
You ready?
So the life mission of purpose of Rebecca E. Wells is to trust in God's timing and plan, protect and stand up for those who can't, bring hope to those in the dark, and persevere with them through the hard times. As Christ leads us on, so that when my race is finished and I stand face to face with God, he will say, "You, my daughter, are fully known, and you have done well."
So good. I'm so proud of you, and I just want to ask this one question before I go. And I want you to get ready because I'm coming to you. Becca, how
Yeah.
difficult has it been to live by your mission statement?
I mean, I think I've called you more in the last week telling you I just want to give up than I have in the last 52 days because we're in phase 2, right? The
Yeah,
root system reboot.
yeah.
Oh, I just, yeah, it's been pretty difficult, but it's all worth it.
All right, all right. Queen, can you please say hello? Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Um, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to becoming a person in the marketplace, a woman in the marketplace.
Well, oh, I can hear him. There's an echo.
I
There's
can't
an
hear you,
echo.
babe.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. My name is Jaquila Hayden, and I found myself in this place of entrepreneurship, in a place of pain, trauma, hurt, death,
Mm,
love, and looking for peace.
mm,
That's how I ended up in the marketplace. I was actually brought here by the Lord not to heal myself directly through this, but through me teaching and giving my gifts through others. And the healing came along the way.
mm.
It's just so happened that I have a talent when it comes to financial literacy. It was not something that I gained when I entered this space. I already had it. I already had a passion for it. I was in mortgages before I actually started doing financial literacy and credit restoration. So that's how I entered. I didn't know it was going to go and be where it is today. I just knew that I had some displaced energy that I needed to get out. And this is how the opportunity came. So
That's
I'm
good.
here. I'm in it to win it.
I can't wait to hear more of your story. Michelle Schaefer, what has your journey been like to this marketplace? What's it been like for you?
Hi, thanks for having me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sean?
I can't. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you for 1 second, but I can hear you now, man.
Okay, great. Oh, it's been awesome, terrible, wonderful, blissful, depressing, overwhelming, all of the things, right? It's all of the
Right.
things.
Right.
Yeah, I think that for me personally, I did not. I always used whatever I did, even when I stood behind the chair as a stylist and a makeup artist. It was always my ministry, even though I didn't realize it was my ministry, because I kind of believed like if you're going to be in ministry, you have to work for the church. And so I pushed that aside. Like I must not, that must not be my call because I'm not called to work in the church. And I tried for many years to get more involved with my church, to lead a women's group or be part of the women's ministry, and it just never. It was like I'm trying to force a puzzle piece into a puzzle that I didn't belong in. And so then I kind of just gave up. Like, okay, well, I guess that's not what God wants for me. And but as you know, I've been an entrepreneur for a very, very long time, since my young 20s, and I'll be 49 in about a month. And
Did you say 49? You look
yes.
like you're 27. Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you. It's just the lighting. It's not really true. It's just the light.
I've seen you in person. It's not just the lighting.
Well, thank you. I really was always under the belief system, maybe because of the people I was around or whatever, but I was always under the belief system that if you really want to be successful in business, then you never talk politics and you never talk religion. And I didn't. And even though God was doing a mighty work in my own life, but as I progressed and, got older, I realized that God was he wanted me to be more bold. So when I began to step out and be really bold about who he created me to be, he built me. I am a builder. I love to help women create and build wealth. It's what I do. And I was very, I don't know, I don't want to say ashamed of it, but I definitely didn't see how that was supposed to be combined with my ministry until probably the last maybe 5 years. And once I stepped out I dipped my toe in. I didn't cannonball in. I dipped my toe in. I started a podcast and just started talking about things through the lens of faith, because I was like, I'm going to be obedient to God, but I'm going to only be like this obedient. I didn't want to go like full obedience. I'm just going to he wanted me to do this. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it like this big. Real tiny, because I want to be obedient, but I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to do this podcast. I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to do this thing. But when I began speaking about all things like that through the lens of faith, it just transformed me personally, and I could never not be that way. I couldn't change back to the way that I used to be and segregate my faith from, my everything. And so that really, and that was in 2017. And that was really the beginning of where I am now to today. I cannonballed in. I'm all in. Everything is so about Christ. Every part of my life, every bit of my business and ministry are literally wrapped around the fact that I believe marketplace ministry is the intentionality that just the very existence of my business is transforming the kingdom. The very existence, not about, yes, we're out there to help people and to make money and do all the things, but just the existence of that business is my part in the kingdom. And so it's an exciting thing to be here. I believe that we collectively are living in an Esther season, not like a season globally, all of us collectively. It's not just me, it's not you, it's not her, it's all of these women on here. It's a season. So wherever women are positioned, whether it's with a little tiny bit of influence or a huge amount of influence, it is for this time, this really exciting time in the kingdom.
That is so good, Michelle. I'm excited to work with you. I'm so proud of you for putting together Girl Power Alliance. I'm going to come back. I want to tell a little bit about our story too, because I think that's important. Our story is important. Jay, I stalked you on Instagram. This is how beautiful God is. I'm just sitting on Instagram one day and her profile, it just stood out to me. But I don't know if she's a woman or what. I just said, let me just reach out to her. That was the best decision I've ever made. Not only is she extremely talented, she is the most kind, loving, gentle soul I've ever met. It's almost like I met a sister instantly. Hi, Jay. How are you? Can you tell us a little bit about
Hey. Yeah, sure. So just listening to you guys, mine started really, really early. So I watched my grandmother walk away from her job as a cook at a restaurant when I was a young girl, and she started selling plates out of our house. And when my grandfather retired in like 96, 97, that became her full-time job. My mother was the neighborhood candy lady. So in the summers, like that's what I did. She sold the popsicles and the hot dogs and the candy. So I've always been a go-getter, and I've always liked technology and education. So, and I've always had like other small talents for other things. So in middle school, I started designing and printing out church programs because I was raised really heavily in the church. So I did that, like 100 programs for $25. And I also knew how to braid hair. So my mother is not well at doing hair at all. So my grandmother would braid my cousin and my hair in the summer. And I was like, I really want to learn how to do this. And I spent countless amount of times braiding my baby doll's hair. So by the time I was in high school, and when I came along in the early 2000s, all the boys wanted the zigzags and the designs. So I was a self-taught braider. And that's what I did to make extra money. So like I've always had the spirit of entrepreneurship in me, although it wasn't properly nurtured at all. And by no one's fault. Like if my mom had known half of what I know right now, her whole trajectory would be different as the candy lady. I know for sure. So that's just a little bit about my background. Like it started really early. I watched it, my mom do it. I watched my grandmother do it. And I think I may have had some of it innate in me already. And hopefully my daughter's watching me and she'll have some form of that of her own.
She's definitely watching. Oh, she's definitely watching. Lena fam, this is my baby's mama. My baby's got her baby is my godchild. I call her my baby mama. Lena fam, you are now the owner of Casa de Sisi, and I'm so proud of you. And you invented Unabi. Can you please tell me about your journey to the marketplace?
Journey. Just like I believe Jay was speaking right now, started very young. I grew up working in the fields with my parents, whether it was in hot summer picking grapes or it was in the cold winter picking olives. We were out there and we were doing it. And so I grew up having to learn how to hustle, how to work to be able to eat. So we grew up very, very poor. And I knew from a very young age, I did not want to be poor, nor did I want to work for anybody. I didn't want to have a boss over me telling me that what I can and cannot make. So in that mindset, the age of 16, I got 17, I'm sorry, I got a certificate for painting interiors, buildings, commercial buildings, etc. But by the time I was 18, I got a job. It was way too hot outside. So I did not want to do that. I still wanted to be artistic. I still wanted to paint. I still wanted to do some of that. But I became a nanny indoors, cool. Yeah. And from that point, I was doing these little girls' hairs. And one of the aunties came out and said, "Hey, you're really good at hair. Why don't you try?" And of course, I was like, no, I'm good. She signed me up to Federico's. She's the one that made it happen. I remember her name, but I don't know where she's at. But I thank her so much for making that step for me. And that time I was 21. I am now 44. And my own extension line and now salon.
I'm so proud of you. I can't. I am. Since we met each other when we owned Salon Suites together, and to see her hustle, and I want to say this about your extension line. She invented it. She sat. I watched her go through the process of inventing a completely new technique. I was blown away. So welcome. I can't wait till they get to know a little bit more about you. We're going to get started with our first question. Here we go. And I'm coming to Michelle first. What have been some of the most challenging lessons on your journey as a woman pursuing her life mission in the marketplace? This question is coming to everybody. So go ahead and listen, ponder. I'm going to ask it again. what have been some of the most challenging lessons, Michelle, on your journey as a woman pursuing her life mission in the marketplace?
There's so many. I think probably first and foremost, I'll start like chronologically. I have 3 kids. I'm an empty nester now. They're all gone. But I think early on in the journey, it was very much trying to figure out this kind of lie of the word balance. What I know as an entrepreneur is there really is no such thing as actual balance. Some days you're working 18 hours and some days you work 2. And it took me a long time, I think, to realize that what balance actually is purpose. When you know your purpose, when you feel laser focused on your purpose, that's what brings peace. And you don't need balance, you just need peace about the direction, because that's a lie. Oh, we're trying to juggle all the things. We're never going to juggle all the things. Something's going to fall, and it's the way that it is, especially as a mother. But knowing your purpose is what drives you. So that was in the beginning when my kids were all at home. That was really difficult. I felt I was never not guilty. I was guilty when I was at work because I wasn't home. I was guilty when I was home because I wasn't at work. And things, I felt like I was just failing at juggling. And then I realized, like, that's kind of the journey of an entrepreneur. You have seasons where you are working your tail off to make something happen, because that's what entrepreneurs do. And then later on in the journey, since we're talking about some of the hardest things, later on in the journey was the relationships. I have been very, very wounded by people, and kind of in women mostly women that were supposed to be friends, women that, were supposed to be, collaborating on the journey, or just, supportive. And so that was a really, really difficult thing to navigate and not get hardened from. I kind of swung the pendulum, like, well, forget all of them. I'm not gonna be with anybody. I won't have any friends. I won't work with anybody. I won't do anything for anybody, because they're all just, people are mean and people are bad. But I was miserable because that's not how God made me. So really understanding who I was and how God made me, and what my role is in these relationships, and learning to manage and navigate expectations of other people, and really learning a supernatural level of grace and mercy for other people. That's been a really that's been a kind of a never-ending journey. I think that one, like, that journey doesn't stop, because we live in the world with people. So that was a really tough one to be able to stay in relationship with people, or understand that some people needed to leave, and how to navigate the emotion around that, and not ride the roller coaster, because we don't have to actually ride the roller coaster. You don't have to, but we make the choice to ride the emotional roller coaster, but we really don't have to. And then I would say in the latter part, in the recent part of my journey as an entrepreneur and in the marketplace, is really having such incredible clarity on who I am in Christ and where He wants me, that I learned to tune out every other opinion. That's been this most recent part. I say it's not the second or the last. It's like probably the 50th part of the journey, but that has been a really, really wonderful and neat thing, because everybody has an opinion, especially as Christians. People are like, well, you're not correct on this doctrine, and you're supposed to behave this way, or look this way, or act this way, because you're, and so really, really staying true to what the Lord speaks to me. Mm-hmm. It's between me and Him, and then being obedient to that thing, and not allowing any of the stuff over here, in front or behind to influence me. Because I believe that leadership is being influenced by Him before I go and influence others. So I'm letting Him influence me, like, first and foremost. So I would say that those have been like the big chapter titles of the things in the marketplace.
Okay. So first of all, you hit on one of the things I was going to talk about in our relationship. The relationship with women in the marketplace can be one of the most challenging things to tackle. As a matter of fact, Lena and I started the marketplace together. We had a challenge in the beginning. Women were telling her things about me and things like that, right? So that created a tear, a rift. And for you and I, there was a confusion in our communication. We didn't speak for 2 years. And the Lord literally had me go back, call her and humble myself because I didn't understand. Now, when I walked away from the relationship, I didn't walk away because I was being mean or I didn't like her. I was confused and I was uncertain. And because I was uncertain, I became fearful. But then that wounded her. So, I say all that to say, you're not going to be without error in dealing with relationships, especially as women. So it is important to be humble and to come back when you've made an error. And I really did make an error. And publicly, I want to apologize to you. I know I've apologized to you before, but I want to use this platform to apologize for really a lack of maturity on my part. So I thank you for accepting my apology, forgiving me, and for being on the platform and allowing me to publicly apologize.
Thank you, Sean. I feel like, it's one of our greatest gifts as women that claim to be followers of Christ is to show grace. If we can't do that, we're literally missing the point. Like, we're missing the whole point, I think, if we can't show grace to each other and love and, mercy. So thank you. I accept your apology again, because we've already been there. And thanks for having me on the platform.
Thank you. Jay, this is your question. Same question. Do you want me to re-ask it or you got it? Re-ask?
Yes, re-ask.
What have been some of the most challenging lessons on your journey as a woman pursuing her life mission in the marketplace?
So I would definitely have to say initially learning more about me. It took me a long time to be able to love me in a way that was healthy and also not just to love myself, but to like myself too. And so once I got that down pat, baby, like it was on and popping. Yeah, look, I was ready for the world. So yeah, I would say just kind of tuning in to those things that make me, not shying away from what I thought was quote unquote bad or improper. Like this is just me. Like this is how I flow, and just because I like something or I don't like something or do something a different way, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong because all of our journeys look different. So we all maybe kind of have the same goal and want the same thing, and have that same thing in mind, but all of our paths look different. So it took me literally having to fail. I'm talking about like fall flat on my ass and God be like, I'm all you got. So you gonna keep doing this or are you gonna recognize me? And that's where I was like, just ever since I was young, I was kind of like, I can't remember her name. She mentioned like not want to be poor. That was my thing. Like I just didn't want to be poor. Like I did not want to be poor by any means necessary. So God really had to like humble me and bring me like way, way, way down because I was really, really hard on myself as far as like timelines, which now once I had a kid, boy, I never was late before. And then I have a kid, I'm late all the time. I'm like, what in the world? I didn't quite understand. My grandfather used to say, rest his soul all the time, like, just slow down. And I just wonder, like, what do you mean I have this to do? I have that to do. Just slow down. So for me, it was a combination of those things, finding myself and being truly happy and okay with that. And part of that was like literally embracing the introvert in me instead of always trying to shy away from it. And then just completely failing because I was so set on my time. And if it didn't happen in my time, then I felt like it was a complete failure. So God had to show me those failures and then say, okay, like I know how to pick you back up and make this thing right, but this is not your time. So that's it for me. Yeah.
Can you get out of my closet this week, ma'am? That has been my whole week. And the relationship expert that didn't make it here tonight was about to talk to us about imposter syndrome. And this week, and for me as a woman in this business and being 10 years on TV, I was a hair doctor for 10 years on TV. I had a successful salon business. I was an author. I mean, I had been on magazines, doing all the things. But what nobody knows is I did not believe I was good at what I did. And I was waiting for everybody to find out that I really am horrible at this. And everybody's gonna laugh, and everybody. I mean, that literally has been something that I've had to deal with. And this week, with all of the challenges, printing issues, graphic design, all these things, that imposter syndrome flared up so bad, and I'm like, wow, this is still here. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and I am still struggling with perfectionism, which is all rooted in imposter syndrome. Thank you. Thank you for, I didn't even need to bring it up. You brought it right on out. Lena fam, I'm going to ask you the question. Your turn. What have been some of the most challenging lessons on your journey as a woman pursuing her life mission in the marketplace?
I would have to say my biggest challenge would have to really believe in me. Like, I wouldn't ever believe in myself due to, or just telling you, you're never going to be good enough to do that. You're stupid, you're dumb, you're ugly, who do you think you are? You know, you're going to do that or you're going to fail. Are you sure you want to do that? You know, it's all these things that would make me question myself. There's a movie that I absolutely love, and you love movies, Sean. So Creed 2. Creed 2 is one of my favorites. I grew up being a fighter in every which way possible. Whether it was on the streets, whether it was being homeless for a point, you know, in my life, whatever it was, I had to fight through it. And in Creed 2, there's a part at the very beginning where Sylvester Stallone says to Creed, there's only 3 steps in that ring, only 3. But today it's going to look as high as a mountain. And whenever you step your foot into that ring, it's going to be the loneliest place. But you have to ask yourself, are you there to prove to others, or are you there to prove to yourself? And for a very long time.
Yeah, we cry here, so just let it go. Come on, baby.
For a very long time, I was proving myself to others, my mom, my stepdad, friends, relationships, boyfriends, husbands, my children, everybody but myself. Now, until I looked at myself real good in that mirror, started proving things to myself, that I can do this, that I am worth it, that nobody is going to stop me from getting to the top. So I guess my biggest struggle has always been just to really accept me and view me and see me.
You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. And I hope you know that. I hope now you know that. Queenie, same question. I'll ask it again. What have been some of your most challenging lessons on your journey as a woman pursuing her life mission in the marketplace?
Wow, Lena, all of you ladies have touched on some of everything that I would say as an entrepreneur, probably the youngest besides Becca, because I've always had to fight. I've always had to protect myself and have felt as if there was no one to protect me. In the marketplace, just trusting myself and being in a new arena of really trying to hone in on what my ministry is and what I can give back to people and sharing my gift. How was I supposed to do that? What was that supposed to look like? What is it supposed to look like? The balance, work-life balance. Now being a widower and a single mom, how do I balance having 3 kids and a dog and trying to still put God first and take care of myself and take care of my kids? I'm always giving 150% of myself to everyone else. And instead of, shining a little bit of that love and light on me and not feeling guilty about it, because I do feel guilty about it. When me and the girls went to the Maldives, oh, I felt so bad.
Amazing, beautifully amazing looking trip.
Thank you. It was fun, but it took me a while to relax and really come to the realization that I had left my kids for so long. I felt so guilty. I felt guilty about not being at work, not being there to work my business as hard as I was before to help other people. When I came back, I had like a $350 phone bill because I was still busy helping people with their credit. Keeping my fire. It's really, I have found that it has been difficult at times, and especially in the beginning, to keep that fire lit, to keep going, because there are times I find myself being so ran down to where I just want to say, I don't want to do this no more. But I am always reminded what my why is. So I look at my children, I get results from clients, they're texting me at 6:00 in the morning and they're like, oh, my credit score went up 120 points and I got approved for a $10,000 credit card and I've never, had a credit card before in my life. It fuels it and it brings me joy.
I have a question. Can I ask this question? I want to stop you because they don't know your story. And you lost your husband. Are we in the second year?
Yes.
You lost your husband unexpectedly like that.
Yes.
How has that impacted you and your mission? How has that impacted you?
Well, first and foremost, I gotta give praise and honor to God, because most other people, male or female, you would think would fall apart. My husband was such a vessel for God and an angel. He prepared me for this. He was not expected to live past 30. And throughout our entire relationship, he shared with me things that I needed to know. At the time, I would be like, boy, we're going to be 99 years old together. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to hear that. But I did listen and I did hear him. Because even now, those things that he would pass along to me, I remember them verbatim. I lean on those words. And even now, I cry when I think about it, but I smile because I know he's happy, he's healthy, he's serving the Lord, he's doing what he wants to do. And we here left behind suffering. not him.
How
So
baby? So at the time that your
yes,
husband passed away, how old was
yes,
your baby?
9 months,
9 months. And how old was your second
10.
and your third?
She was 13.
13, 10, and 9 months. And can I say this? Her business from, because I don't even know if you had the business then, has been like,
No.
she's killing the game. She's working out, eating healthy, taking care of 3 babies now as a widow. I am, she is like, there's my boo. Oh,
I'm
look
sorry,
at that.
lady. She, oh, come on. Okay, you guys go.
Yeah.
All right, I got to
Go
look
ahead.
at
Go
normally
ahead.
at the
Yes, keep
45
going.
minute mark, I talk to my youngins. I call them my youngins. Becca, so far, can you tell me what has been the lessons? What are the nuggets that you picked up from these seasoned entrepreneurs?
Well, first off, I'm really glad somebody else brought their kid on screen because Elijah's been crying the whole time, so I was just about to go get him. But I would just say it's been an encouragement because if these women can do it as moms, and I mean, my gosh, your guys' stories are like insane, and I thank you for sharing everything that you have. Um, it's been an encouragement for me that if you guys can do it, and there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you who are all moms and doing it, we can all do it, you know.
You can do it. You're a single mom. Becca's a single mom at 22 years old and an entrepreneur. And so to watch what she's doing, I am in awe of her as I watch her raise that baby and take continuing education and pursue buying a house. It's impressive to see a young person work so diligently and be successful. I'm going to my next question. You ready? I don't know. I'm coming to you first, Lena, so get prepared. What lessons are you learning at this stage of the journey? And in what ways are you transforming because of your experience?
Hmm. I just spoke about this. I believe it was earlier this week. Um, again, going back to me being a fighter for some. That's all I knew. That's all I know how to do is just take out my claws and just be that lion and just do the thing. There is no stopping. There is that mindset of go, go, go and go kill it, right? Go get it. It's not gonna get done if you don't do it. So for so long have I always had those boxing gloves on, and I didn't know how to take those off and be gentle. So Jesus was both the lion and the lamb. I was missing the lamb part. I didn't know how to be gentle. My two oldest, 24 and 18 now, they didn't get that gentle side of me. They got the lion. And so now with Ava, I'm able to be a little bit more gentle, have that both, be a mom, still be mom, but still be loving and caring and nurturing. I didn't know how to do that. It wasn't given to me, so I didn't learn how to give something I didn't have. So now with my husband, my current husband, my forever husband now, he is let's see, he is right now trying to get his credentials. We went through it for 8 years, but he's now getting his credentials. But he's in this very needy space where I am having to learn how to be that lamb. It's very, very, very difficult to do. I still have yet to master it. I have another friend that is also the same as this question was asked to me actually. Why do you think you're still in the same situation? I was like, I don't know. I stuck in this relationship. I did not run this time. I'm fighting through this thing. I'm suffering through this thing. I don't know what it is. I gotta learn how to be gentle. How to learn how to listen. How to learn to shut up when need be and not give my opinion or my thoughts. Yeah, so I'm surrounded with people that need me to just
settle down.
Be that.
Settle down, soldier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, I'm coming to you on Lena's heels. I'm gonna ask you that same question. What lessons are you learning at this stage of the journey, and in what ways are you transforming because of your experience?
Yeah, so a lot of it is literally what Lena just said. So I just wrote in a private chat. I was like, I feel you, Lena. But more than anything, it's just trust the process. I've just always been like such a worrier, and it's taken, lots of therapy to, talk through those type things. And so now it's definitely just trust the process. Always been, like a fighter, a go-getter, gotta get it done. I'm really starting to slow down. That's been a really, really big thing for me, is literally just slowing down, and just taking in not just the work of everything, but some of the pleasantries too, because those things are just as important in life as the hard work. So that's what I'm learning right now, just to trust the process, to slow down, to take time to enjoy different things, like fully disengage or engage, depending on what it is, and really be present. Those are a couple of things that I've learned at this stage in the journey, especially. If you had told me to trust the process 2 years ago, I'd look at you like you were crazy. Like, have you lost your mind? Just trusting the process and slowing way, way down.
Yeah, me and you talk about that a lot, about the slowing down and taking time. And it's something I'm learning too, is to learn how to enjoy. And that was crazy when I realized I didn't even know how to enjoy life. So I always knew how to work, 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 work. But the purpose of work is, I say right away, give some, spend some on yourself, spend some on your needs, and then you save some, right? I never knew how to just simply enjoy. And I'm learning that too. Michelle, your question now. What lessons are you learning at this stage of the journey, and in what ways are you transforming because of your experience?
Yeah, it's been interesting. And I just wanted to say to you, mothers and single mothers, good job. If nobody told you yet today, you're doing a really good job. I was a teen mom. I had my oldest daughter at 16 and my son at 19, and I was a single mom for over 6 years before I got married to my now husband and had my third. So I feel you, and you're doing a great, great job. What I'm learning now at this phase of where I'm at is that how important my role is, and that's hard for even me to say out loud, because it feels like it comes from a place of like ego, but it truly, truly doesn't. Like, it's not from a place of ego. How important my call is, how important my obedience is, and how important my leadership is. And I really want to pass that on to other women. And I believe that unless we go first in living that out, we can't empower other women to do the same thing. We can't tell other women that their role is important if we're not taking our own role as important. We can't tell other women that their leadership is important if we're not leading. So it's really it's been an interesting place. I'm entering my last year in my 40s. People are like, are you upset about turning 50? Like, no, I'm so stoked about having one more year in my 40s and moving into this next place, because I've learned so much. For the first time ever, I feel that I have wisdom to pass down that is like credible and has weight to it because of the amazing things that I have walked through that have been really freaking hard that I didn't think I could walk through. And so because of that, like all of you ladies, I've had a very diverse, tumultuous journey to get to here. And so it's been, I don't know, it's a totally different place for me to to be where I feel extremely rooted in that confidence. And like I said, not from a place of like, I'm better, not at all. From a place of like, I have walked through some stuff and I have things that can actually help you shorten the learning curve or help you avoid a landmine, you know? So it's been a really, it's been an interesting time. Really good time.
You know, you said something, you're rooted. And what I heard when you said this, what I heard when you said that was, she's grown. And so when I become an adult, right, the things that used to scare me as a child, they no longer scare me. And what I hear you saying is, I walked this journey with the Lord. It's not that I don't have challenges, it's that I've grown up and those challenges no longer have me. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a twofold thing. Like, you know, at a certain point in your journey, you are no longer chasing easy, simple, or like just everyday happiness, because you know that the life is, we don't get out scot free. We will never stop having obstacles. We will never stop having challenges. So instead, like, I feel like you spend so much of your younger years trying to navigate your life so you don't have that. Like, oh, I just want to be happy. I just want it to be easy. I'm not. I'm just going straight for the heart, like right in it, because knowing that all the goodness has come from that. So I'm not afraid of that anymore. And I feel like so much of your 20s and 30s, maybe for a lot of women, you're still struggling to like figure out who you are. I remember when I turned 40, I was like, okay, I don't exactly know who I am because I'm still becoming, but I know exactly who I'm not. And there was so much power in that when I knew who I wasn't anymore, it helped me to define so much more clearly who I was. And now here I am almost through that whole decade of the 40s, feeling like, man, and I heard women in my 30s say that, like, your 40s is awesome, your 50s is better. I can't wait. Like, I
Yeah.
truly can't wait, because I feel like, you know, the things that God has given me, the character, the wisdom, the empathy, the grace, you know, so much through every hard thing that I walked through. It's like, I can only imagine how much more I'm going to have in the next decade and the next. So, you know, I'm not afraid of getting older. I mean, I will fight it tooth and nail from the outside, don't get me wrong. But on the inside, I'm super excited that I'm just still here. So
Yeah.
I'm not done.
Yeah. That's so good. Everything that you just said was so good. I had a point and I lost it, and I know it's going to come back, but I'm going to go to Quee. Quee, what lessons are you learning at this stage of the journey, and in what ways are you transforming because of your experience?
Trust and faith 2.0. Uh, Trust has always been a big thing for me, regardless to if it's in business or not. But really, really trusting myself and really trusting what the Lord is putting in front of me, and to listen. Um, I have definitely learned to slow down in such a quick or short period in my life. And I think that's just because the entirety of the situation, meaning how I was actually brought here. Uh, my husband's death, and not necessarily my business, made me slow down to a degree. Although at times it feels like I'm just constantly going. But I tend to have more laser focus on a lot of things that I did not have before, because there's only one set of eyes now that's watching. So
Eyes for six sets of eyes, or for three sets of eyes, because it's now you got three kids to watch with one set of eyes. That's wild.
yeah. So and you know, and patience, I don't care no more. I'm like, whatever, you know, literally just because I came on camera, this girl, she got toys all over the house. It's Sunday. I had to go, as you can see, I attached my lock, I reattached my lock. So I went to go get my hair done today, and I said I wasn't doing anything besides this, speaking with you ladies.
Boundaries.
And that was
Boundaries.
it.
Yes, boundaries. That's the word I hear, boundaries. All right, we're at the 15-minute mark. I mean, we're at 15 minutes or 14 minutes. I want to get to this last question because this is the present into the future. I want to know where you're headed. So I'm coming to Jay first. Ready? Where is your journey taking you now? And where can we find you, Jay?
Awesome. So the journey is definitely taking me to community engagement. That's always been a big part of me. I was brought up in the AME church. So just that in community engagement has like always been top tier. And I've worked in cooperative extension before as a county agent, again, community engagement. So recently I had a pop-up shop because my birthday was a week ago today, actually, in my hometown. Yeah, in my hometown. So right now the journey is taking me to a little bit of what Michelle said. Like I think I've gained some wisdom over these last couple of years and I'm still learning for sure. But I want to share what I know with all the other boss moms. I want to prevent them from making some of the mistakes I made early on. And I just want to create a community for those women to be able to thrive and learn and prosper, their businesses prosper. So yeah, that's where I am now. So you can literally find me doing all things Boss Mom Enterprise. Just released the first newsletter. So we had our first 2 Boss Moms of the month. I have like a private group where I talk with a couple of boss moms on Facebook. Just connecting different boss moms with each other. So I'm always about the referral. So I think now that I'm starting to like, first it was getting my feet wet. Now I'm in the season of planting them. So as I plant my feet, I want to make sure that I'm sharing the knowledge as well as the support to other boss moms like myself so that all of our enterprises can continue to grow.
So can you do me a favor? For those that may not know what a boss mom is, what does boss mom mean?
Yes. So Boss Mom Enterprise is literally a community where we are empowering each other. We are literally learning along the way. As some of you know, pop-ups have become very popular since the pandemic. So they were always around before, but they have taken on just a whole new meaning, for your business. So Boss Mom Enterprise is a place where we're learning together, we're growing together, and I'm also creating a platform where I can celebrate those women because we definitely don't get enough of that. So that's why we have Boss Mom of the Month. That's why I'm sharing their products. That's why I'm recommending them. That's why I'm doing interviews, one-to-one interviews similar to this on the platform that just acknowledge those women. I literally just interviewed the youngest law school graduate in the United States right now. Her name is Haley Taylor Slitz. You can find her on CBS. She just did a show with Tamron Hall. She finished high school at 13, went to college. Yes, she had her JD by 19. She's absolutely amazing. And she literally has just finished with her law degree this past Friday. And she came to do Boss Mom Enterprise. And just the message that she had for younger girls was absolutely amazing. So that's what Boss Mom is. Boss Mom is all of us and all the things.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I look at you interviewing, just interviewing away, full blown. How you feeling about the interview? How you feeling behind the mic?
Yeah, so definitely my day job has helped with that a whole lot because I definitely preferred always to be behind the scenes. That's where my experience initially was in, because I have an undergrad in mass communication. So that was where I wanted to be. But I've noticed that over time, I didn't realize how much I was helping people. And I didn't realize how I have provided opportunity, not just now, but I interviewed one of my guests, and she mentioned on there, which I had no idea about this. She said that when I invited her to come to Tuskegee University, many years ago, as one of the speakers, where I had over 300 students come to Tuskegee, experience everything on campus. She said that that was her second time having a speaking engagement. That was her second time being in front of an audience. And now, she's amazing. Like, she does everything. She works with women in the Black Belt area. She's running for office. Like, she's absolutely amazing. But I had no idea her coming to Tuskegee was like the beginning of her starting to like embark on her journey. So it's been enlightening for me just to learn the things about these women later on that I had no idea that they viewed me in this way, or some of the things we've done in the past, even before Boss Mom was Boss Mom.
That's so good. I'm proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you. And kiss my baby for me too. Tell her
I
I said
will. I just put in there, it is definitely bedtime in the South, so she is down.
Rena fam, this is your question now. Where is your journey taking you? And where can we find you?
My journey is now taking me to teaching how to implement hair extensions, but and using obviously Unavi hair. But it's more than just teaching how to install hair. It's showing them and teaching them about themselves and accepting themselves and knowing who they truly are, not just, I feel like a lot of women that come into a stylist chair is obviously don't really, they come in and do the outside, but then they don't really focus on the inside. And that's really why I feel like I want to teach hair extensions, to be doing that one-on-one with them first, and then they get to trust you and open up, and boom, you do God's work.
Can you tell us what Unavi means?
Unavi is
I'm saying it right. Unavi.
Yes. It's Unavi. The U is in Spanish. Ooh, yeah. So it's Unavi, and Navi means born to conquer in Latin. And I wanted every woman to feel and look like they were born to conquer, to be able to leave with confidence. And when your hair is done, you feel confident, you feel like you can conquer the world, right? So I wanted them to know that they were born to conquer, but more than conquerors. And it initially starts with yourself. You've got to believe that you are that you were born to be that. And so that's where Unavi comes with, and it starts with you.
Where can they find you?
Casa de Sisi Salon, and we're in Carmichael. It's in Carmichael, the corner of Arden and Fair Oaks.
That's in Sacramento, California. Casa de Sisi. Is there a website, Lena?
No, we don't have a website for Casa de Sisi yet. We just opened.
Handle?
I'm sorry?
A social page for
social? Yeah, it's Casa de Sisi Salon, and
then what about
Unavi hair? Yes, Unavi hair.
Unavi hair. All right. We'll see my girl. All right, Michelle, your question. Where is your journey taking you now, and where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. My personal handle is Teen Mom to Millionaire. My company is the handle is Girl Power Alliance, and I am excited about bringing Christ-centered resources for personal and professional development through Girl Power Alliance. It's a global movement to help more women create financial sovereignty, and I am legitimately obsessed with helping women to step into their leadership. So we have something called the Radiant Leadership Academy. It's a 16-week leadership kind of discipleship certification program that is now accredited through the International Coaching Federation. So if women want to either add to our hours as a coach or become a coach, we have that credential through our website. And we are the only network marketing company in the whole world that's doing what we're doing in the way that we're doing it. And I'm very excited about that. We have our first big event, which is in Dallas, Texas in September of this year. You can go to activatewomen.live, and it is literally an event that is going to bring all the Jesus and all the like badass women in one place so that they can get equipped to go out and move the needle for their business, but get poured into by women that love Jesus so much and keep him at the center of everything that they're doing. We've got some amazing speakers. We've got great entertainment. And we're very, very excited about that event. And like I said, for one of our big mantras with what we're doing is that there's no competition in the kingdom. We believe it, we live it out, we promote other women, we promote women that are doing the same thing or what looks like the same thing, because there is no competition. You are supposed to be doing what you're doing the way that you're doing it. And we want to highlight as many other women as we can.
Amen. I love you. I love you. We need to do some networking connect events here in Southern California. I'm proud of you. Congratulations, Girl Power Alliance. Last, Quee, you got the last spot. Where's your journey taking you, boo? And where can they find you?
That's where it's taking me. No. Really, I'm just continuing to build my business. It's growing so fast and it's still so young. I will have a website and different things or places where I can be reached coming in the next 2 weeks, actually. It's putting me just
social right now.
yes, I am at either J Hayden Financial on Facebook. You can reach me at Jaquila_Hayden on Instagram or Jaquila Hayden on Facebook. I am too also getting out in the community. I most recently had an event, just a financial literacy event. I'm just out spreading the love and the knowledge in the community. That's what my mission overall is, to make sure that we can lift our community up, not just spirit wise, but knowledge wise, and serve however they need me to. That's where I'm headed.
Amen. Well, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I'm honored to consider myself, first of all, your friends, but I'm also honored to learn from all of you, because it is very difficult to be a woman in the marketplace. So thank you for coming and helping everybody master the game of life and experience the life of the champion. I pray that every one of your businesses is successful, and there's a seat here for you whenever you're ready to sit down. I thank you for this night. And you guys, next week, we're going to do a rerun. We're going back to week 3, root system reboot. I'm taking next Sunday off. We're going to do some few changes, few tricks and tips, and then we'll be back on the 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, we're back on the 5th. But until then, please keep your pen next to you, keep your journal next to you, take these nuggets, let them take root into your life, and really, it's time, everybody, to master the game of life and experience the way of the champion. If you're not already on our Facebook page, get on our Facebook community. If you're not following us or haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, subscribe to the YouTube page. And until next week, take care of yourself and take care of your life and your destiny. Just take care of it. And when you take care of it, it will take care of you. I'm your host, Sean L. Brown. Have a great night and have a great week. See you later, everybody.